What happens if your brain fog isn't a concentration problem, it's a food problem? 7 specific foods have been shown in clinical studies to erase brain fog, and number 6 is probably sitting in your fridge right now. Stick around because the last food on this list is one most people never expect. Brain fog isn't a medical diagnosis, it's a description, a collection of symptoms: poor focus, memory lapses, mental fatigue, that feeling like your thoughts are moving through mud. In simple terms, your brain cells can't communicate efficiently. It's like a weak Wi-Fi signal. The data's there, but it keeps dropping. The root causes are neuroinflammation, impaired neurotransmitter signaling, and blood sugar instability. And all 3 of those are directly influenced by what you eat. That means the food on your plate can either fuel the fog or clear it. So let's get into the 7 foods that do the clearing. The first food on the list is fatty fish: salmon, sardines, mackerel. Here's why it matters. Your brain cell membranes are made of fat, and about 40% of that fat is DHA, a specific type of omega-3. That means your brain literally rebuilds itself using the fat from fish. A 2022 meta-analysis published in Nutrients found that DHA supplementation improved processing speed and working memory in adults with cognitive complaints, not in healthy people who already felt fine, in people who were struggling. Sardines are the most efficient source. One can gives you over 1,000 milligrams of DHA. Salmon is close behind. And here's something most people miss: the ratio matters more than the total amount. I did a full breakdown on EPA versus DHA and which one actually targets brain fog. That video is linked above, and it matters more than you think. The next food on the list is eggs. And this one might surprise you, not because eggs are unexpected, but because the specific nutrient inside them is something most people have never heard of. It's called choline. Your brain uses choline to make acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter responsible for memory and focus. Low acetylcholine means slow thinking. High acetylcholine means sharp recall. In simple terms, your body absorbs and uses egg protein more efficiently than any other source. One large egg contains about 147 milligrams of choline. 2 or 3 eggs a day covers most of your needs. Despite old myths, studies have never proven that eating eggs raises your cholesterol or increases heart disease risk. The data is clear on this. I covered this in detail in my video about eating 4 eggs a day. If you want the full breakdown, that's linked too. The next food on the list is blueberries. Blueberries contain anthocyanins, deep purple compounds that do something most nutrients can't. They cross the blood-brain barrier. That means these compounds don't just circulate in your blood, they actually enter your brain tissue and go to work directly where the fog lives. The Harvard Nurses' Health Study followed over 16,000 women for 6 years. Those who ate 2 or more servings of blueberries per week delayed cognitive decline by up to 2.5 years compared to those who ate none. 2.5 years of sharper thinking from a handful of berries twice a week. Frozen blueberries work just as well as fresh. The anthocyanins survive freezing, so don't wait for the fresh season. Now we're halfway through the list, and the next food is one most people skip entirely: dark leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, collard greens. These are your folate and iron sources. Folate is a B vitamin. Your brain needs it to synthesize serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, 3 neurotransmitters that regulate mood, focus, and mental energy. B vitamin deficiency is the #1 self-reported cause of brain fog in online health communities, and it's one of the easiest to fix. In simple terms, if your neurotransmitters can't get built because you're short on raw materials, you feel foggy, even if nothing else is wrong. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives you about 260 micrograms of folate. That's 65% of your daily requirement in 1 serving. The trick is cooking them. Raw spinach has less available folate. Light cooking, sautéing, or steaming releases it. The next food on the list is walnuts. And there's a reason I put them here instead of earlier. Walnuts contain two brain-protecting compounds, ALA omega-3 and polyphenols, that work together to reduce neuroinflammation. A UCLA study tracked walnut consumption across age groups. Regular walnut eaters scored consistently higher on tests of memory, processing speed, and cognitive flexibility. Look at a walnut half. It looks like a brain. That's not science, but the science behind it is real. That means a handful of walnuts a day, about 14 halves, gives your brain anti-inflammatory compounds it can use immediately. Store them in the fridge, not the pantry. The omega-3s in walnuts oxidize quickly at room temperature. Now we're at number 6. This is the one I hinted at in the opening, and it's probably already in your refrigerator. Fermented foods. Kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, live culture yogurt. This is where most brain fog videos stop. They talk about nutrients in the brain. They don't talk about what's happening in your gut. That means what happens in your gut doesn't stay in your gut. It travels directly to your brain. This is the gut-brain axis. About 90% of your body's serotonin, the neurotransmitter that regulates mood and mental clarity, is produced in your gut, not your brain. Fermented foods feed the bacteria that produce that serotonin. They also reduce gut inflammation, which triggers neuroinflammation through the vagus nerve. A 2023 study in Cell found that adults who ate 2 or more servings of fermented foods per day had lower inflammatory markers across their entire body, including markers linked to cognitive decline. In simple terms, a healthy gut sends clean signals to your brain. An inflamed gut sends noise. Brain fog is noise. Kefir is the most potent option. It contains up to 60 strains of beneficial bacteria. Regular yogurt has about 2. The last food on the list is dark chocolate. And yes, I said chocolate, not candy bars, not milk chocolate. Dark chocolate, 70% cacao or higher. Dark chocolate contains flavanols. These compounds increase blood flow to the brain by up to 15% within 2 hours of consumption. More blood means more oxygen, more nutrients, and faster clearance of metabolic waste. That means eating the right kind of chocolate literally opens up the supply lines to your brain. A study published in Scientific Reports found that participants who consumed flavanol-rich cocoa showed measurable improvements in task switching and verbal fluency, both functions that brain fog disrupts. Despite old myths, this doesn't mean a candy bar fixes brain fog. The sugar in milk chocolate does the opposite. It creates the blood sugar spikes that cause brain fog in the first place. But the right kind of chocolate, 70% or above, 1 or 2 squares a day, the science is surprisingly clear. So here's how to put this together in a single day. Breakfast, 2 or 3 eggs with a side of spinach. Choline plus folate, 2 fog-clearing nutrients before 9 a.m. Lunch, grilled salmon over a bed of leafy greens, DHA, more folate, and anti-inflammatory omega-3s. Snack, a handful of walnuts and 1 or 2 squares of dark chocolate. Polyphenols, flavonols, and ALA omega-3, all hitting your brain at once. Evening, a glass of kefir before bed. Your gut bacteria work overnight, so feeding them before sleep means they produce serotonin while you rest. Blueberries go anywhere. Breakfast smoothie, lunch side, or snack, twice a week minimum. This isn't a diet overhaul, it's a targeted upgrade. 7 foods, 1 mechanism each, all pointing at the same result. If you found this useful, I have a whole series on brain health and nutrition, starting with the EPA versus DHA breakdown and the full video on eating eggs daily. Both are linked above. What food would you add to this list? Let me know in the comments. And one important note, this channel provides health information for educational purposes only. It is not medical advice. Always consult your doctor before making changes to your diet, especially if you have a medical condition or take prescription medication. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.